All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Inner Circle Live pre-New York session. I'm your host for this morning's session, Benny Allen, along with my awesome partner, Mr. Ryan Carthage. And we are definitely happy and grateful for all of you being here with us on this Friday morning as we take a look at the technicals and the fundamentals to see what we can take advantage of in the Forex market as we close out the week. So without further ado, let's make sure that we turn off any and all distractions, grab a pen and paper, take lots of notes, and let's make sure that we participate and engage. If everybody can hear me loud and clear, let me get some early participation. Drop me a one in the chat. Let me know that you are here and all ready to go. Let me know you can hear me loud and clear. All right. So I see the ones coming in. Good morning, everybody. Kay, Joy. All right. See the ones dropping in. I appreciate it. Morning, Jeremy. All right. So, let's click out of here, right? Always, right? Have to do it, right? Repetition is the mother of all skill. Let's make sure that we start out each and every day with a strong foundation. Doesn't matter whether it's Sunday evening, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, the end of the week. We have to take massive action. We have to make sure that we are accepting all possible losses before entering a trade, preparing you for any outcome. We make sure that we center ourselves in body, mind, and spirit, ensuring a balanced approach to trading. Let's make sure that we continue to trust in our education, strategy, trading skills, and intuition. Let's imagine our trades successfully materializing. We want to make sure that we obey our trading strategies, avoiding decisions based on greed and fear. And we will make sure that we are never, ever, ever looking back or stopping once your trade has commenced. If everybody agrees to take massive action this morning, let's get started with this morning's session to close out the week. It is Friday, as always, my favorite day of the week. All right, David, I see that one coming in. Good morning to you, sir. And let's move over and take a look at trading economics from yesterday, Thursday. Right, we had again just a quick review. We had the flash manufacturing and services PMI. Um, sorry about that. I'm on the wrong Thursday. We had for the United States, we had Germany and the Eurozone preliminary CPI came through right just under at 0.4%. On the forecast is 0.5% there. So that's pretty good for the inflation. Then we come in and we take a look at the GDP month over month for Canada. It came in flat, right? 0.2% was projected, came in flat month over month. Core PCE for the United States came in right as forecasted. Unemployment claims came in. Missed forecast came in at 215K on a forecast of 209. All right, so slightly up there. That Canadian GDP is flat. We have to keep an eye on that for the Canadian dollar. I know on the oil prices creeping up a bit, right? Supporting the CAD. And then that PCE coming right in at 0.4% for the United States. Like I said, still some work to do in regards to inflation. We know that PCE is their preferred unit of measure. Okay, for inflation came in flat. So again, note rate cuts early part of this year. Looking to mid to the end of the year, 3 rate cuts projected instead of 6, like investors were projecting early on, right? So it's just a redo on that. Moving on down to Friday, March the 1st, light day. It is the first Friday of the month. But if you notice, right, those of you who follow fundamentals closely, first Friday of every month is usually non-farm payroll. That is not happening, right? So we will get that coming up next week. But today we do have for the United States fairly light day, but we do have ISM manufacturing reports coming out for the United States and revised University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment. Okay, we know these are key data points that we pay attention to in regards to the fundamental consumer sentiment is very, very important. And then we've got a whole slew of FOMC members talking today. I'm not sure what the topics are going to be about, but none of them are highlighted as red folders. But you never know, right? It maybe it's an event totally unrelated to what's going on in regards to their policy overall and inflation, but never know when a reporter or something there may ask a question that gets one of them to say something that's very, very important. So you never know, but they'll be talking later on, late morning into the afternoon. So that is it there on Forex Factory. moving over to trading economics, we see here Eurozone inflation moderates slightly. Okay, just slightly. Um, Anything else this morning? Not really. Right? Not really. Ryan, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, bro. I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
Oh man, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. The weekend is upon us. Anything in regards to the fundamentals? I know you dropped that article with Japan in the group. Appreciate you doing that.
No doubt. Actually, it's more on the banking side of things.
Okay.
Um, NYCB, which is the regional bank out of New York, um, they they had a leadership overhaul due to some oversights in the commercial real estate sector. Oversights to the tune of two point $2.4 billion. Um,
Wow.
and so this is something that it sparked up last month, and
Okay.
they were listed um, as being in review,
hmm
but they just recently were downgraded, um, and then this came out. So this is starting to bring up more concerns in the regional banking sector
Mm.
around. I've been talking about periodically that commercial real estate market and how there are lots of concerns there.
Yes.
This is starting to spike that conversation, because this is the belief, um, is that this isn't the only bank that's in this situation, with issues with commercial real estate and loans. I just posted an article on that. uh, so check it out. But that's something that could start to impact again, and we could start to hear more conversations about um, another uh, banking issue and other banks potentially shutting down, or going under, or having runs on them due to this real estate issue.
Wow. Wow. I appreciate that. That's very important considering what, we had the period of time where we had issues with regional banks last year, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, and it's another cycle getting ready to come.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe
Yep.
it because that commercial real estate is an issue, right? With a lot of people working from home and empty office space. I know they're trying to figure out what to do with it. Some of them are converting them into
Yep.
condos and everything else.
Yep.
So,
And a lot of those loans are coming due because they renew every 3 to 5 years. So
mm,
between this year and 2026, we're going to see like 75 to 80% of commercial real estate loans in the United States being renewed.
oh wow,
So, and these are loans that were taken out 2020, 2021. So interest rates are double, triple, quadruple what they were.
mm,
Combine
mm,
that with what you just stated, not having full offices, not having renters in some of these apartments. So they're not full. So increased loan note on top of not having the revenue to pay.
right? Vacancy rate is high.
Correct.
Wow. So that's something we'll
So
definitely monitor.
we got some things ahead, man.
Yeah, yeah. So I wonder if this becomes a situation where you continue to see more of the smaller regional banks being gobbled up by,
Yes.
you know, the Chases of the world, you know.
Yes. That's gonna be the trend again. I definitely do believe. So JP Morgan is gonna get larger, Bank of America is gonna get larger. Um, yeah, yeah, we're gonna see that start to peak in the next couple months, I believe.
Yeah. So then we're just back in that, like you say, that perpetual cycle of too big to fail,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
We shall see. I tell you one thing, I'll be holding steady this time.
You hear me?
Be holding steady this time, waiting, right? You live and you learn, right? You take notes, right? And you find the opportunity in all the turmoil. So I definitely remember that. Fool me once, won't fool me twice. All right, I appreciate it. Anything else?
Nope, that's it right now, man.
All right, sounds like a plan. That's some awesome information, right? Those nuggets from Ryan. Make sure we post those articles and stuff, man. Make sure you take a look at them. Make sure you check out the blog posts and things like that. Keep yourselves, fully immersed and informed, right? No surprises, no surprises. All right. So,
And if you know anybody
mhm,
that is looking for this type of information, send in the blog post, man. Share the blog.
I agree. They are awesome. And you do a great job of keeping everybody in the loop, man. Appreciate you there. Joy said they are pushing their investment packages hard too. I bet. I bet. So, all right.
They're trying to get
So
more. They're trying to get more money in the in the
that's it.
coffers because they. I talked about this before, but in 2020 they changed the rule. So before 2020, they were required to have, I believe it was 10 or 15% of all net cash in reserves. And 2020,
Hmm.
they changed the rule to the requirement of 0%. So they didn't have to have any cash reserves.
Hmm.
And now we're, they loaned out all their money, right? And now we have issues where people can't pay them back. There's some issues there. And so that's why you see banks not lending as much, but they're also trying to get people to put more money into the bank so that they have some cash in reserve now to try to rebuild that because they know that there's an issue because of what they did for the last 3 years.
Yes. Yes. Oh, we shall see. Heard it here, everybody. So when it all goes down, you guys are already, fully informed. Appreciate it, Ryan. Appreciate your hard work on that. All right, all right. So let's move on. Anybody else out there with anything else fundamentally? Taking a risk there. Anybody else? Any updates around the globe? No questions. All right. See some peeps. Well, I'm definitely gonna be reading what you posted, Ryan. Appreciate you, man. All right. So here we are, right? Taking a look at the DXY, right? Let me at 103. What are my other ones? For some reason this didn't save when I changed them all. Let's do it. Okay. Go situate. All right. So just sitting there hovering still, right? Falling off a little bit to start the morning. And let me get my 1 hour chart straight. DX. I didn't hold my foot the other day. But we're at 103.96, right? So the dollar is kind of still in that range, tailing off a little bit to start the morning here on the dollar index, moving to the downside a little bit. So we'll see uh, what continues to happen with the dollar, right? So still, you look at it from the weekly perspective. As soon as I put it in, uh, there we go. Now, right, you can kind of see how we're still just really haven't moved much, right? Really haven't moved much, right? We've got looking at the daily chart here, right? starting to kind of move down a little bit, but not much, right? Dollar still consolidating for the most part, 103.98. So not much doing there. Any questions on the DXY? No?
No, sir.
All right. So let's start out, right? We'll take a look at the S&P 500 to start out the morning, just ahead of market open, and we'll see where we are. Okay. So for the most part, we've been pretty much spot on, right? We've got that D extension that got hit recently, and then price just continued to rise. Okay, so we're pushing up towards that 118, 127 zone. Okay, and we'll see, if we can get a catalyst, right, for a correction, right? So this is telling us that there's the possibility of a correction in the near future, right? We know the S&P has been on a tear, right? So we tracked that previous ABCD wave off the daily. Beautiful move, right? Hit that monthly level at 4104, shot up, hit the D extension. Now it's just continuing to run, right? So we'll see once price pushes up a little bit higher, things start to stall out. Pay attention to what's going on in the markets fundamentally to see if we get that correction. Here we are on the floor, right? So right now, as far as Fibonacci rules, things like that, it's no man's land, right? For me at least. Okay, can you short off the B boundary? Absolutely. Right. I would rather see it push up into that 80-20 zone. Give me, a higher percentage play on that. So that's the S&P. Still bullish. We're in an up retracement zone, looking for a correction, to potentially get long. Right. On that, let's switch over. Let's take a look at it. Right. Let's look at the US 30. Take a look at the Dow. And oftentimes they are very similar. Right. Very similar. And so we can see, right, been running bullish. This one has pushed up into that 80-20 zone, so it's there. So running just ahead of the S&P. And we can see, right, where we're starting to stall a little bit. Okay. So let's see, right? Let's see. That would be a pretty sizable correction on the S&P and the US 30. But let's keep a close eye to it, right? I'm not looking to buy at those levels. Okay, and here we are on the floor, right? Just like Donette said, similar position. Okay, so we'll continue to watch and monitor that, see if we can get price to move back into our buy zone and push up into an 80-20 zone, and then we'll take it from there. Any questions on the S&P or the US 30?
No, sir.
All right. Do the work, mark up your charts. You know your zones to trade, let the trades come to you. All right. Easiest way, and I believe the best way uh, to trade. Right? So let's take a look at we're looking at the indices. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Got going on. And we can see, right, pushing similar positions. Okay. It's beautiful things out how you can just see the patterns, right? It makes it, easy to see, easy to trade if you wait on your zones, right? If you wait on your zones. So this is pushing up in that 80-20 zone, right? We know that these markets have been on a tear. Look at that. This might just keep running bullish. All right, so that's the NAS. Okay. Doesn't matter, right? The pair doesn't matter the asset class, right? The market moves in waves, right? Moves in waves. Just put in smart tips. There we go. Right? Climbing. Okay, climbing. I can take that now. Running long. Right? So this was a beautiful setup, right? Coming into our zone on the one. And then it took off. Okay, that's what we want to see. That deep correction. Okay, a deep correction. Any questions on the NASDAQ? All right, moving on, taking a look at gold. So far, so good, right? All right, we talked about this coming into the year. Had an idea for gold moving bullish over the long term. And we are so far so good, continuing long on gold. The longer term swing, you can see that weekly D extension there. What is that at 2171? Okay. So we are moving pretty good to the upside. We just broke above 2044. Next stop is that 2065, where we got a rejection last time. Let's see what happens. So it got close. One, two, third time headed up to that 2065 level. Uh, but okay, we are moving long on gold. Okay. Here we are on the one. It's a beautiful swing. Headed towards that 1 hour D extension. So we probably hit that D extension, continue to push and run and test that 2065. Then eventually get a larger correction, then a continuation. So continuing low, long on gold. Anybody still sit long? Anybody in the buy position?
No, it's not one I trade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Joyce says she missed it. All right. Well, we'll get a correction. We'll get a correction. That trade idea so far for 2024, that's been a good idea. All right, so far. All right, so that's gold. Moving on down, taking a look at WTI crude. All right, so starting to try to break out. Still within the up AB boundary. There we go. Get a little pop. See if we can get above 79.25. Okay. Number one thing in trading, proper risk management, right? But I would say is 1A and 1B is trying to get the direction right. Okay. And so we're doing a good job of getting the direction right. Takes patience, right? But we've got that direction right. Joy, are you sitting long in oil? Anybody sitting long in oil?
Actually, I got stopped out.
Okay. Okay. Roll your stop up.
Yep.
A little tighter. All right. Well, take what you get. Take what you get. Look for another opportunity to enter. Jeremy, yes. All right. Good work. Good work. Okay. Great work. Drop some sevens in there, right? Long idea. Plan it in the right direction. Joy was holding the buy for a long time, rolled that stop up, secured the bag. We'll take it. We'll take it. All right. That's what we're looking like on gold. Let's move down, take a look at since right uh crypto space, right, has been on a tear as of late, right? We've got the Bitcoin ETF that's out there, that BITO, right? So things are rocking and rolling. So here we are, right, with Ethereum moving long, weekly chart, running right into that 35.85. Okay. Here's our daily. No give, right? That's going to head to that extension, most likely, right? So see what happens once it gets there. You can see here on the 4, new AB boundary. Okay. Look at that from a while ago. That mark up there. Gone. Okay. So we need a new low price. Okay, there's a 35.85. We know that represents an area where extensions are. Maybe we get an 80-20 there and we come back down. But man, to come back down to 29.64 beautiful. Right? It would be beautiful if we can get that, if we can get that correction to move back down eventually to retest that level and then to get back long. Okay. It is here to stay. It's not going anywhere, right? It's not going anywhere. Okay. It's been a while on this one. And scan them up. So we'll see if that can finish out, right? We're just gonna finish out before it corrects itself. So that's where we are on Ethereum. We'll go and we'll take a look at this Bitcoin. Okay. Daily chart. Okay. Old 80-20. All right. Old 80-20. Okay. Talked about this one before. I know I missed it. Didn't play it at all. Right? Had it marked up. 80-20 swing. Bang. Hit a D extension now on the up fib. Okay. So we look for to try to get some type of correction. All right, here we are on the 4. Maybe we get it on the 4. Maybe we get it to push a little deeper on the 4. Maybe take a shot at it there. Here we are on the 1. Move on down to the 1 hour. Trying to look for an opportunity, right? We've already got quite a pullback on that 1. Okay. So we'll see, but definitely moving long. If you trade crypto, do the same thing. Use your Fibonacci principles to find your high or low prices to get involved. Any questions on Bitcoin?
It should be an interesting ride.
Oh. It should be. It should be. It should be, right? Definitely get involved with the ETF. If anything, right? If nothing else, get involved with the ETF. All right. All right. So we are good to go there. All right. So moving right along. So that is Bitcoin. I want to go and take a look at these dollar pairs. Take a look at the dollar CAD. Okay. Should still be getting some positive momentum to the upside. Okay. Still riding that out. Okay. Still riding that out. Ryan said, hey, I spotted, evening stars and morning stars on a lot of these dollar pairs from the weekly. All right. Spot on ever since then. Okay. It's been moving long. Right. We've got momentum on this pair. Right. And the dollar hasn't even been that strong. Right. So we've had some CAD weakness here and there, but that swing is still intact. Okay. First fib sequence, right? From the 80-20, old 80-20 swing. And now we're in another one, A, B, C, D, trying to get to that D extension at 137.25. So that one is still actively swinging long, consolidating right now, but still long, dollar CAD. Any questions on that? No. All right. Dollar Swissy. Overall bullish. Still moving bullish. Beautiful reversal. Okay. Come down to the 1 hour. Still moving long. Right. Adjusted the TP a bit because we got a deeper correction. but we're still within our AB boundary. As long as it doesn't take out the A, has no choice but to go your way. Stops below the A, trade small, wider stop. And you can see that after that deep correction, right? The FC just floated, moved deeper, less energy to the top. We adjust our take profit level to the 118 at 89.02. Looks like we're still trying to get there. Any questions on the dollar Swiss? Still in play.
No, sir.
All right. Been right on the money with a lot of these. So dollar yen. Okay. So coming down to the 4, you can see we're hovering everybody, right? Wondering if we're gonna get a move down. This one just keeps bouncing back and forth in the range. It looks like it wants to go, and head towards that 382, and then it pushes right back up. But you guys can see how this one is just kind of just trapped in this range right now, range bound. So we're up around that 80-20 zone, looking for a correction. I don't want to buy from there. I need to see it move down, right? We need to see price get to the downside so we can look to get back long against the yen, right? At least that's how I'm looking to play it. Right now, we are in an 80-20 zone, looking for that correction. Any questions on the dollar yen? Okay. Struggling. It's a big fight going on there, right? Because it wants to push up to that 151 level, right? Look at that. We know it wants to try to get there, but right? The bears want to come in and take over now. But so we'll see which way it decides to break out, right? So if it pushes up to that level, right, you're still a ways away from that D extension, so you might get price to turn on. So we saw it has historically that's what it did. Okay, but we'll see what happens. All right, so that's the dollar yen. Moving on, want to take a look at the Aussie Swiss pair that we were taking a look at yesterday. Want to see how that's doing. Okay. So we've gotten that U-turn. Okay, we've gotten a U-turn. Got the correction out of the 80-20 zone. Daily resistance at 57.92. We're down around the 61.8. Has resistance becoming future support, and we got a bounce. Okay, broke above weekly level, the weekly level at 57.38. We're above that now, and so we look to continue to see if we can get at 130 pips. Any questions on the Aussie Swiss?
Oh,
All right. Moving on, want to take a look at this CAD Swiss. All right, so still fighting the fight. All right, we marked out that level, and we got a reaction. Okay, got a reaction yesterday. Got the bounce there. Okay, we're still trying to get to that TP1 target. Here we are on the 1. Where we pull back and we reversed out, right, off that 50% level. So this is a nice impulse leg here. So we wonder if, even on your lower time frames, do you get a decent correction, right? A decent correction. That's a nice swing there. Pick that out of that zone. Okay, playing those lower time frames. Just let me get this running to the upside there. We're in the 80-20 zone on this one. We get back below that 65.14, right? Pay attention to this one on the 30. All right, we may see this move bearish. Okay, so we're looking for something to apply like that. Right? Got a nice move to the upside. We know the market likes to take back a percentage of that. It moved long quickly, right? It's quick. Okay, so now, okay, to get bearish 80-20 zone here on the 30-minute. Okay. 80-20 30-minute. If we get back down to that 382, you're looking at 20 pips there, right? So shorter move, way to just wait for it to move back to a low price to try to get back long, because we are still chasing that TP1 target there, 66.41. Okay, so we want to see price make ABCD waves to the upside at 66. Questions on the cat Swiss? Good. Okay. All right. Moving on to the NZD Swissy. Take a look at that. All right. So we were wondering, right, we got this huge correction to the downside, and we were talking yesterday that this was starting to settle. We were wondering if this is going to eventually form a daily low, right? And so we're getting a beautiful U-turn right at that 50% level. So the question is, right, do we turn over and move deeper, or is this just going to, right, pull back and just continue long off of that 50% bid level, right? Or is it going to make one more drive, right? One more drive to the downside, to that buy zone. Only time will tell. We got a great reaction off of that, right? So if, for example, you said, hey, that looks like we may just get a pullback in the continuation, right? Then you're looking at this scenario here, and you see the patterns with the pairs. Right now, we just looked at another Swissy cross. It wasn't in the same position. Right? Those are nuggets now. Right? Those are nuggets. Those are trader tips. Okay, those are trader tips there. You see how these just cycle in and out? One day we were going long against the New Zealand after it had been strong, and we said, oh, it's at a point where it may reverse. And that was played out, and now we're looking at the Swiss franc that had been bullish for quite some time. Now it's weak, right? We're making a run. Okay. So think about that. Think about that. All right. It's weird. It's looking like an 80-20. Pretty much was, right? Got that swing back to the upside. So now, right, do we get this move back down? Right. See that 80-20 zone. Do we get price to fall to our buy zone to get long? Questions on the NZD Swiss franc? No?
Benny.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just a quick one. The car.
I lost you.
Yeah, sorry. Um, the capital of Fabe was heading south, and the sub Fabe is heading north, and so when you're trying to determine the direction on the 15,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, would you use the direction of the capital of Fabe or the sub Fabe?
I am right now, right? So I try to get my directional bias. So the way I was playing this, you're looking across the board at the Swissy, is looking like, right, you got weakness, right? Even the New Zealand dollar that has shown some weakness, it's starting to move long against it. So for this short-term move on a 15, I'm thinking long, right? So I am going to continue to look to ride it to the upside, right? Could be wrong, right? But so far, right off that level. So I don't now if you're now it all depends on what your bias is, right? So if you're saying that this is a long term, I'm short, this is your play. I'm thinking long on it, right? So a lot of times we know that we get these 80-20 zones after a sizable correction, right? And so we've gotten that. So you can see here where how this price moved up, right? You see how this is moving up through the zone on the daily, and now we've
Yeah.
got this. Now we've got this pullback. And so yesterday we were looking at this. We were saying like, man, I wonder if that's going to form a low there, and it's trying to. Our stochastic is the momentum is slowing to the downside. We're moving back into the buy zone. So I'm thinking this is going to make another drive up. That's what I think. I could be wrong, right? This could be a correction and back down. That's just a game play, right? Somebody's winning and somebody's losing. Um, so right now, this whole move here is what led to that 80-20 zone being corrected on that lower time frame, right? Being created on that lower time frame. So that put me in a bullish direction there. And so I am looking for this to correct and stay long, right? But could I be wrong? Yes. Could, right. So it just all depends on how you see the chart, really. So far, I've been right off this 80-20 swing. Um, but is that going to be a sustainable long move? Right. That's kind of I wish I had the crystal ball for that. I think fundamentally, right? When I tie in the fundamentals, I like it to continue to move in a bullish direction for right now. So, um, yeah, it just depends on how you see the market, right? If you if you move up here, like now, if you're saying this is just a short-term correction and I'm bearish, then you play a zone. So I'm looking for it to push, right? And this is one of those things where we could be right, both be right. So say for example, you were bearish and I was bullish. Okay. So right now this is moving bullish. I'm buying. I get an 80-20 signal. It's moving to the upside. So right now I'm right. If you're a bear, you're not shorting yet. You get what I'm saying? You're not shorting yet because it's not in your zone. Okay. So you're saying once it gets to my high price, if you're trading this on the 15, right, here's your 61.8. You've got a daily level in your sell zone. So if I waited for a low price on this, right, already long, say this was going to be my initial position to buy. Say I didn't play this 80-20 and I'm looking to get long. Well, my rule on this fib is to what? Wait for price to hit the buy zone, right? So if I buy it back up to this D extension, I just won that trade. Okay. I just won that trade. If you're a trader that's going short based on your Fibonacci rules and you like trading in your trade plan 61/8, okay? You like trading 61/8, 7/8, okay, to get short. Guess what? I just hit the D extension on the buy. Okay. I bought here. TP hit. I just made, call it 38, 40 pips. Okay. At that point, you're looking to trigger your short. Now, if it goes short, guess what? You're going to win your trade too. I'm no longer in it because I'm out. See what I'm saying? That's the beauty of trading. We both could be right. It's just a matter of timing, right? So you make short and pick up 77 pips. I'm done, right? But it's that buy liquidity that push price up into your sell zone so you could get bearish. Put your stop above the A, right? And if you're wrong, if you end up being wrong, then you got your stop. So what? You move on. That's it. It moves up, down, and sideways. Somebody's buying and somebody's selling. That help you out a little bit?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. There's a lot of times when you're gonna see those charts, you're gonna say, man, that could go either way. Yeah, it could go either way. Question we asked that. Joy, the cloud on the daily for this pair?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So it's above the cloud, we're flat though. Right. So it's just like how moving averages move through prices, like it's ranging. Right. That's kind of what you're getting here. Right. Now we do have a bullish cloud up ahead. Tinkerson, Keegerson, you got your Chico span that's above the cloud, retesting. Right. So that could be a sign, hey, maybe a bullish breakout of this range that it's in. Okay. So we'll see. Right. And that's one of the reasons why this trade is somebody may be looking at it bearish, somebody be looking at it bullish, is because it's ranging. Okay.
Okay, so you saying it's flat because it's going straight across the board. I thought I was understanding flat because like how that 1, 2, 3, that fourth bullish cloud, like how it's running, that line is running flat.
We're at right here.
Right there where you was just at.
Right here.
No, yep, up next one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's flat, right? I mean,
Okay.
look at your, right? Look at your. Let me see if I can put on. Right. Look how that's moving flat through price. Look how that's just moving through price. Just ranging, right? Just
Okay, I
ranging.
got you.
Yeah, it needs to break out. Yeah. So sometimes you can put those extra visuals on your chart just so you can get a better idea, right? There's your 200, right? It's moving through price. It's below it right now, which is, yeah, it's coming down through that price. It's trying to figure itself out. So it'll eventually make its mind up. Yeah. It'll eventually make its mind up. All right, good stuff. All right, that's all I have. Ryan, do you have anything in particular that you have your eyes on? We covered a lot yesterday. Just want to follow up on those.
My bad. I had to step away for a second. Did you take a look at pound CAD and pound New Zealand?
Did not. All right, so we'll take a look at the pound CAD. So overall, right, pound bullish, right, which is what we were planning for doing a ritual, right? Pound strength, ABCD wave 4 hour got hit. Okay, now we got a new 4 hour fib. tapped into that 118, 127 zone, maybe ready to push back up though. Okay? Maybe ready to push back up
Your stochastic is in the buy zone, huh, on the 4?
Yep, yep, yep,
Okay.
yep. So it just depends. It depends on what you're trading, right? So we kind of
Yeah, I was playing 80-20 short.
yeah, and it may, right? It may move sideways. You know, they take time, so it could push up some more and then eventually move down. Like those, just gotta let them float, right? Maybe because right here, right? Maybe we push up higher, right, to move right to that 127 zone, and then it collapses. You see, then you may have better stochastic alignment, right? But you got the reaction out of the zone. Now this is a pound pair, so that's a big move. If you shorted that, come on now, that's a good day at the office, right? We're not even to the
Yep.
32 yet. That's 90 pips. You know what I mean? So the whole idea still holds true, right? You get reactions out of that zone, okay, after those shallow retracements. So that's the pound CAD. Taking a look at this pound New Zealand. Still playing that swing. Just letting it do its thing, right? We got a reaction at 207.97. We did last time. Stochastic's back in the buy zone. We want to let that take the ride to the D extension. We're above the cloud, right? Chico Span is above the cloud. Tinkerson and Keegerson is above the cloud. You got a crossover, right? And you got a bullish cloud up ahead. Okay, so you just let them run
Yeah, on that one, I'm playing the 80-20 on the 1 short.
on the
I'm
one.
looking for a low price to get back long. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, still got a chance. These are big. These are pound pairs, so they're huge, right? They are huge. So there's all types of room for it to do what it needs to do. Right? I mean, you got 206.15. That's a daily support right at the 61.8. So I'd love to see it fall to that level.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the 1 hour. That's the smaller weight, right? That's a smaller weight. So still moving bullish. You know, off that 4 hour swing. Just see if you can get it to move back to a low price. There you go.
Yep.
That overall move.
Yep.
Okay.
Those are the two that outside of what you covered that I got my eyes on.
All right. Appreciate you, man. So it's been two good pairs too. Anybody else before we wrap things up? Time to look at one more at least. Let these trades play out, everybody. We're swing trading.
Benny, I meant to
Yes.
ask you.
Mm-hmm.
NOK is Norwegian, right?
Yep, the Corona.
Will we ever start
I'm gonna
looking
trade it.
over those?
When I had it on my chart at one time. I had that and uh the dollar yuan. Um yeah, we could do it. Because Norwegian, what is that? Oil, that's oil, that's impacted by oil a lot too, I
For real? Well, no, I was just looking at like the currency strength meter, and
believe.
I was like, that one been off the hook all week. What is this? And
Probably oil
so,
because of that oil. We can do that.
oh, okay,
Yeah, we can start. I used to have it on here. Didn't really never cover, but I used to have it on my charts at one point in time. Yep.
okay.
So yeah, we'll take it. We could I have to remember that one to mark that one up. Yeah. Yep. That one. Yep, this one is still right hovering at that level. Okay. Thanks for the heads up on that, right? That one's been sitting there for a little bit now, but we haven't broken below that daily level. That one's still in play, right? So put that one, make sure you've got that one on your radar. Beautiful 80-20 to the downside, took out the A, right? We flipped the fibs. Now it's just stalling, right? Like we often see with these 80-20 plays once it hits that zone. So keep an eye on that one, right? See what happens going into next week. Okay. Appreciate it. What was that?
Oh, did you look at the CAD yen?
I did not. I could take a look at that too. Right. So that one's still moving. That one's still moving in the right direction. See the CAD. And then let's take a look at this CAD yen. I think I was waiting on another low price on that one. Are we getting? I know those yen crosses started to move to the downside.
Mm-hmm.
See, oh yeah. Where are we at on this one? Did it get? Oh,
Yeah, it didn't
reacted.
quite get down there to that 618
Man,
level.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if it's gonna hold up on that 110 now. Hey, that made sense though. You got good structure there to the left for it to make it bounce at that level. And it got close. I wonder if it's gonna hold above there now. If it's gonna make one more drive down. Mm, mm, mm. That's gonna be a nice one if it continues, but I hope it goes lower though. I have to watch that one next week. See what happens throughout the rest of the day. That's where we sit, right? So we're still working towards, right, that the extension on the daily. Okay, so we broke trend, right? We got the correction, pull us out now. So we look for another low to be formed. Okay, another low to be formed, and then a continuation. Right, but that's moved quite a ways off that level. All right, that's all I have. Ryan, what do you have before we close out, sir?
Good people. I've been going back and studying um, the Mindset Mondays over the past couple months and studying some other people in the mindset and personal growth space. And the thing that really has smacked me in the face the past couple days is as we're moving through experiences and as we're looking to grow and stretch ourselves and put ourselves in different positions, we have to create the feeling of the experience before we experience the experience. If you create the feeling of the experience first, your body already knows what it is. Your mind, or your brain already knows what it is. And then you're able to see yourself to that experience a lot easier and a lot smoother than trying to create the experience to then feel the feeling. And I know we talked about this with the visualization and affirmation mindset session, but this has really been top of mind and really just hit me in the face the past couple of days. And we get it backwards so much. We feel like we have to experience the thing before we feel it, but that's completely backwards. If we feel what it feels like to experience that thing, then the experience will then come a lot easier and a lot quicker. And in today's age, it's not about timing, but in today's age, we want things fast, we want things now, right? And we have the ability to create the feeling of that experience. So we satisfy that feeling now, and then we'll be able to see that experience through. So that's my thought for today, bro. Feel the experience before you experience the experience. Like, truly feel what it feels like.
Can't say it no better than that. That's absolutely brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. I appreciate you sharing it with the group. Right? That's a great, great,
And
great thing to close out on, man. Appreciate you.
appreciate you, bro.
All right. So that is it for today's session. Hey, everybody, appreciate you all being here. Appreciate you being part of the inner circle. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. You know what's going on. Never really gone. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Saturday weekly ritual. All right. Have a good day, everybody.